Hello YouTubers, today I will make a review of this Chinese made freezer that I bought in Walmart for $265. I guess it was on sale at that time. Right now I think it's like $290. I bought it 2 months ago, so I don't know how long it would last, but when I was looking for a freezer for myself, I noticed that most of the freezers last about a year, or at least if you trust all the reviews on different websites. So my first choice was not so much the brand. I can tell much about this one. This one called is VEVOR 45L. I'm guessing 45 liter cubic or cubic whatever, 45 liter. And so I was actually looking for the size. I'm an expediter, so I'm driving a lot on the road, mostly a week at a time away from home, so I wanted to have something big enough that would hold enough food, you know, keep it from spoiling and stuff. The cool thing about this freezer, it's 12 volt. It works on a 12 volt and 24 if you are a trucker, for example. And also it has adapter, as you can see that it's work from 110. It comes with the adapter for 110, and it comes with a different cable for 12 volt. Really easy. You disconnect, you pull the plug out. Right now it's plugged in into outlet 11 or 110 voltage. The size of this thing is 27 inches long, so from handle to handle it's actually like 27 and a half. The height is 18 inches and the width is 13 and a half. That's the size of this thing. I'll show you one cool thing that I actually wasn't looking for, and as you can see has two compartments, one bigger one and one smaller one. It actually comes with a basket for this area, but I really don't have use for it because normally I just pack my food in there and don't really need that basket. But the cool thing is this light over here, because when I'm driving, often drive it in the middle of the night, and now I don't have to turn the cab light just to get my stuff in. This thing, at first I didn't see what's the use of it, but normally I use this freezer as my table to eat inside the van, and it's almost impossible to really find a flat spot. And this surface is pretty slippery, but with this little, you can't really call it cup holders, but for me it actually got really handy. You stick in there. I have little jars. My wife cooks some, makes some salad stuff, or you can put drink, you can put all kinds of stuff in there like ketchup and whatever, and actually sits in there real nice. So that's how it is. But here's the strange part. Let me show you. Now it's off, so you turn it on. Obviously it was off, so it's showing 67 degrees. You set a temperature, like this is working temperature, see, 39. So now it's going to be cooling to 39 degrees. But keep in mind, I really don't know how the other freezer works, but this one is actually not holding this set temperature at 39 exactly. It actually, when it gets to 39, it doesn't stop there. It goes down another 4 degrees to like 35, and then when the compressor shuts down, the temperature raises plus, so actually it goes 4 degrees below the marked temperature and then 4 degrees above, so it actually shuts down at the 35, and then the compressor kicks in again when the temperature reaches like 43 degrees. So keep that in mind. It actually has, like, I most of the time have my fan running, so that's not a big of a deal for me, but obviously you can have it in Fahrenheit or Celsius if you want to. You go to setting, and this is max, meaning that it's gonna cool faster or slower. With this freezer you can set 3 different levels of protection. So you hold this for 3 seconds. Right now, see, this is at high, so you can change it to middle or low, middle or high. I keep it at high. So what it means, if you use the battery instead of alternator when you're driving, so if you use the battery and when you parked, so the high protection, this freezer cuts out at the voltage 11 volts. The medium cutouts at 10 volts, and the low it's 9 volts. So I really like to keep it safer. So even though I almost never use this freeze with the battery only, but I still have it set up to a high level protection. I can tell you at this point obviously how reliable this thing is, but I'm using this on the road all the time, so I will see how long it will last, and obviously I will let it know a year from now. Hopefully it will last at least that long. But for this 2 months that I have this thing, I like it actually a lot. Because before this one I was using just a simple cooler, and no amount of ice would actually keep the food fresh, but this thing is working. So I think if you look at the price, I say this is about the mid range. You could find a little bit cheaper, but they are smaller, or you can buy a lot more pricier unit, and they supposedly should be reliable and stuff, but people say that they are actually dying after a year of use. So that's why I decided to go with this one. Don't know nothing about this brand, never had anything before from these guys, so but that's what it looks like.